thanks all the candidates. If there's any questions that anybody has, we will field some questions.
Okay. Anybody have a question?
Anybody have any?
Yeah, for the chairman candidates, somewhat of a what-if question, but thinking back to the beginning of 2009, and we saw President Obama come out with the stimulus package, and that there was much angst in the population, particularly of conservatives here in Florida, about Charlie Crist looking to take the money. And that infamous picture of his association certainly had something to do with his failing and flagging within the Republican Party and conservatives as a whole. I'd like to ask, with that backlight, I'd like to ask the candidates for chairman, had you been the BREC chairman that day, and the phone call came from Charlie to ask you your opinion, what would you have told him about what you thought he should do about taking the money?
Maybe a shortened version of the question.
Donors' money.
What would you tell him?
Is it the link or the hub?
What's the question?
You take the money and run, or
We haven't understand this guy anyway.
Federal stimulus money.
Stimulus money?
the stimulus money?
Should we take it?
Okay.
Who's going first?
Well, I'll answer that one.
I'll answer.
I don't. That's like asking if I was Lincoln and the Civil War broke out again, what would I do? I tell you, that's part of it. I don't know the point of answering something that already happened, but in general, let me answer it this way as well. You know, when I was mayor, when I was on the town council, we had to make legislative policy. That's the job of an elected official. The job of BREC chairman is not to set policy. That's for the people who are elected and are to set policy. We have a Republican platform. It's online if you want to look at it. And there's quite a bit is in that platform about fiscal responsibility, smaller government, that sort of thing. But I really don't know the point of the question. And
Quality of your thinking.
yeah,
How do you think?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if something happens again, I guess I'll consider it. I'll study it. But things that happened 2 years ago, I don't have an answer.
I just say that if I got the phone call, I would have said pretty much every single elected official Republican was against it. I would have said, don't do it. As far as the greatest hits of the Obama administration, Obamacare, cap and trade, all of these things that went on, terrible, and we need to work to get Republicans elected in the Senate. In the next election, we need to work to get Obama out of office, and we need to get our members of our party back in office so that we can try to retract, repeal, and do whatever we can to stop all of this stuff that's going on.
I was making a phone call in bed.
Raising money. How much you get? Good answer.
What's the question?
Who knows?
The question is, what was the question?
Question was, I think, would you encourage Charlie to take the federal stimulus package, or would you have asked him to reject it?
I would ask him to reject.
Well, again, speculating on what I would have done in 2009 about what, it just doesn't make sense to me, number one. Number two, I've said, people elected you, the governor, to make those decisions. However, being a Republican and fiscally conservative, you need to take that into account.
Okay, that's a question.